Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant and we are back for some more Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. We are currently at the end of the arena sub-level, so this is the inside area of the Engwithan digsite. We are just in front of Mr. Oderisi and the gigantic Adra pillar. But before we continue this main quest, I wanted to talk about something that two of my viewers left in the comments, and I think it's very relevant to bring this up. And the first one was by Attila Gies. I hope I'm not butchering the name, I might be. And it said that the pets, I was thinking that this +1 to perception was a pet party-wide effect, while in fact it only affects the main character. So this +1 to perception only affects my main character, and the pet party-wide effect is a completely different thing. So here it says, you receive a bonus to perception and enemy weapon attacks are less likely to crit against your party. So this is the party-wide effect. But if we look, we can see over here in the perception that, over here, that we have a +1 from the Gosha, we can see there. But if you look at Eder, for example, he does not have that buff. So thank you for telling me about this. I thought it was a party-wide effect. Now I know it only affects the main character. So keep that in mind. And the second thing, let me just swap my tab here, was from Mr. RTS. And he told me something that is also very, very relevant. So I had these two weapon setups for Eder because I wanted him to have a slashing weapon and also have a crushing weapon, in case we need different different damage types. But the problem here was that if I wanted to play with a sword or a mace, I would need to use different shields. Because let's say, imagine you have like your perfect shield, the best shield you could find, unique, awesome, truly enchanted, and you want to use it every single time. But if you want to play with another weapon set, you had to use a different shield. Or at least I'm pretty sure this is what happened in PoE1. In PoE2, they did something amazing, which is if you hover over the shield here, or even over the weapon, you see this little icon up on the top, which I hadn't really noticed before, which says copy. So what you can do with this is, you can press the copy button and then copy it to your other weapon set. So this way you can use a sword or a mace, but you are still using the same shield while swapping weapon sets. This is very, very useful. So thank you guys for bringing this up to my attention. And like I said, I'm new to the game, I'm always learning, so you guys giving me these suggestions just makes everything a lot better and it allows me to learn. And then I can share it with you guys. Okay, so let's continue our main quest, which in this case I believe we are on Stranded. We had to find Oderisi. Clario wanted this. If I can find at least Oderisi's corpse, that should be enough to satisfy Clario's request. Okay, so let's interact with it. Frozen mid-stride, this grim figure is turned toward the colossal pillar of Adra that dominates the chamber. The ashen corpse's outstretched hand rests upon the crystal's dull surface. Clutched tightly in the remnants of a fist is a bundle of papers, bound together by a leather cord. Several more pages are scattered on the ground at your feet.
Oderisi was always a bit obsessive, but he was a good enough fellow. I hope this was quick, whatever it was.
He leans forward as if to close the figure's eyes or smooth its features, but merely clasps his hands with a troubled frown. As you pull the papers free, the ashen fingers gripping them slow away, disintegrating into a fine plume of dust. So we gained an item, Oderisi's notes, which I think is what we wanted for the quest. We can just read them here. Oderisi's notes, acquired from his corpse, are a dense collection of jargon and diagrams. They allude to mechanical and chemical processes used to treat Adra while it is refined into powder. These notes would doubtless be of interest to those working directly with luminous Adra. Okay. Standing here by the lone figure, you are struck with the feeling of dread. The air around you, the very motes of ash and dust, all of it is stagnant and still. The feeling grows worse when you look up at the Adra and sense no energy flowing into its surface. It is as though it has been disconnected from the wheel. Disconnected from the wheel. Yeah, well, indeed, it's not shining, that's true.
You place your hand against the pillar of luminous adra. A dim, warm light emanates from the surface, but it feels cool to the touch. Pinpricks dance along your fingers, uncomfortable but not painful. A woman's voice, scratchy, distant, and halting, echoes in your mind.
So something I want to mention here that's kind of off topic is that I don't particularly dislike the narrator, but I think it should be like a darker, raspier voice for this kind of setting, because this just sounds like a young, happy girl. And even though I have no problem with happy people, I just think that the tone should be a little bit darker.
Find your soul in him.
This is Berath.
You concentrate, peering into the Adra's energy as you would peer into a soul. Its inner light is blinding, but as you become accustomed to it, you perceive the core of the Adra itself, a churning mass of millions of soul fragments. With a jolt, the energy reaches out to you. The Engwithan ruin fragments around you, breaking into incoherent shapes and dissolving to dust, falling into an infinite well of dark gray vapor. Even the ground itself disintegrates into nothingness. All that remains is the murky expanse of the in-between. The Adra pillar, and a skein of golden threads rooted in the pillar that extend far off into the distance. You focus on the threads. You catch glimpses of memories, your memories, mingled among the memories of thousands of other captive souls. The filaments begin to cohere, rapidly twining into a golden cord. With a muffled crack, the cord ripples outward in a violent wave toward the endless distance. The cord undulates over a space so vast that you lose sight of the wave before it finds its end. Then, a heavy creaking, like the sound of mountains shearing under their own weight, washes through the dull gloom of the in-between. A violent force yanks you along the cord at an incredible speed. The murk of the in-between warps erratically, as though you are observing it through an ill-ground lens.
Okay, so let me just once again look at the definition of the in-between. The in-between refers to the shadow world that souls briefly wander after death on their way to the beyond. It has been described as a hazy landscape, empty but for the glow of other souls, Adra and Watchers. This is the space that Watchers peer into when they observe and speak to lost souls and soul fragments. Even the gods cannot reach it. Okay.
Just as quickly as you were pulled forward, you stop. Suspended below a massive figure of ancient carved Adra. Like all Adra, it glimmers with energy, but the souls and memories within it are not flowing down. They churn in a vortex that burns at the heart of the statue's mass in some invisible engine.
So this looks like she's describing Eothas.
It is Eothas.
Okay.
The great golden cord terminates in his back, sending pulses of energy throughout his limbs as they move. He walks in long, slow strides toward a brilliant pillar of Adra far in the distance. It shines even more brightly in the in-between than Eothas.
So he's walking toward brilliant pillars of... Oh, so maybe he came to the digsite after the pillar of Adra? And what? He snuffed it out? Like he sucked the souls out and it got dark?
From within the teeming throng of souls, dozens of eyes look out to you. Through the cord, their collective anguish and despair push at the edge of your mind.
Help us! Please! Help us!
Their voices echo in your mind. Somewhere within their ranks, you can feel the presence of your own soul, slumbering deeper in the gyre.
Let's reach out to the lost souls.
You reach out to the lost souls, but the incredible power flowing through Eothas' body repulses you. Not even your Watcher powers can penetrate the massive tides of energy crashing through him. The souls sense your efforts and attempt to breach the surface of Eothas' body, but are instantly pulled back down into the deep well at the statue's heart, as though they were pried from the edge of a great precipice. Eothas' stride slows and stops. His head slowly pivots until its great burning eyes are cast back along the cord. As his gaze meets yours, you feel an overwhelming rush of incredible joy, mingled with profound sadness. You have sensed similar anguish in lost souls, but never with this intensity. A soothing voice drifts into your mind.
It takes great bravery to venture through the in-between, even for a Watcher.
A swell of admiration radiates out from the god's heart, a force so intense that it momentarily overwhelms you.
You do not need to follow me, for their sake or your own. Something beautiful is coming. Something that will save us all.
A great light shines from Eothas' brow, so bright that even the souls within him flinch from the source, cowering in fear.
Something beautiful is coming, something that will save us all.
Through the glare, you see Eothas' massive arm reach up to grasp the golden cord. The tether carrying energy from the Adra pillar to him, that also suspends your consciousness.
So he connects the other pillars, okay. And apparently he can speak to me in the in-between. What does that mean?
The sun will yet rise, Watcher. You need only wait for its light to come.
Eothas yanks on the golden cord, pulling it from his back. The cord tears into filaments that blacken and dissolve to dust. Without pause, he turns to resume his stride toward the distant pillar of Adra, shining on the boundless horizon. You hear the souls within him cry out for just a moment, before your consciousness is snapped away from them.
So yeah, it looks like he creates a connection between himself and the other pillars. And then what? He breaks the connection after, I don't know, sucking out the souls? And then everything blackens and dissolves to dust?
The in-between goes dark. For a second, you feel a mix of nausea and a sensation like spinning and falling. Then the moment ends. Your consciousness has returned to the Engwithan arena. The world is sideways, the Adra pillar upside down. You flinch at the feeling that you're standing on the ceiling. The disorientation overwhelms you and you collapse to your knees next to the luminous Adra pillar. Previously dim and flickering, the pillar now glows with a strong and steady light.
Okay.
You touch the Adra again, but the chill and prickling sensations you felt before are gone, replaced with a comforting warmth, like the embers of a fire that has just lost its flame.
So apparently my touch relit the other pillar, but something is gone. Maybe the souls are gone? As you return to the world, you feel a hand on your back. I bet it's there.
You alright?
Yeah.
Come on, we just got your back.
Despite his tone, you can see genuine concern in Adair's eyes. I'm fine.
Yeah, I heard you say that before. Had something to do with a 2,000-year-old lunatic talking to you in your dreams.
Well, fair.
I've seen you commune with souls of the dead, but this looked altogether different. What happened?
His gaze flickers to the brightly glowing Adra. I saw Eothas and he saw me.
Really? I knew it. I mean, that's great, Watcher. Ain't it?
I don't know. Shoti can barely contain herself, jumping up and down as she stumbles over her words.
What did Gon say? Is he gonna meet us? What do we do next? He charged you with a divine calling, didn't he? Just like he's done for me.
Not really. So Aloth nods, a quiet smile etched across his lips. This is because he is dutiful. He's after Luminous Adra, and we're gonna stop him before he gets there. But that's what I don't understand yet. Why do we want to stop him before he gets to Adra? Well, I guess because he kills everything in its wake, but... How is the Adra connected? He was headed toward another pillar of Luminous Adra.
How hard can it be to find in a chain of thousands of islands?
Maybe a little bit hard.
I wonder what he's after, and why he's been giving me these dreams. The things I've seen, they leave a mark on your soul.
She rubs her arms despite the balmy air.
I may not know what Gon's got planned for me, but clearly he wanted me to meet you.
And again, Eothas tenses his fingers and smiles. Because of dutiful, okay. So Mr. Oderisi just went down, and the other pillar is once again luminous. So now that we have Oderisi's notes, I think we're pretty much done with this quest. We only have to go back to Governor Claudio, deliver the notes, and hopefully will help us repairing our ship. But there is still something else that I want to do before we leave this Engwithan site. And it's something that's not easy, but I'm still gonna try and do it. Oh. I had forgot about this. As the souls move past you, some turn their heads in your direction, but most seem fixated below you, on the other pillar beneath your feet. Oh. Okay, I guess they're talking about the one inside. A few nod their heads in thanks or raise a hand to acknowledge your presence.
What do you see that I can't, Watcher?
Ah, I just saved countless souls by re-illuminating the other pillar. So what, maybe they can't go to the in-between because the other pillar is off? Okay. Souls, dozens of them, maybe hundreds. They're all going to the other pillar.
All of them? Really?
She strokes the cage of her lantern, appearing lost in thought. A small group of souls has started to cluster around you. One of them is standing a bit closer than the others and gestures for your attention.
Watcher, we'd like to come with you.
Okay, well, why don't you just go to the other pillar?
We would, and we appreciate that you showed us the way, but what if the Adra goes dark again before we reach the beyond?
Ah, I see. So yeah, this is their concern. The other souls shuffle anxiously and look to each other, then back to you. Because I think the other pillar stores souls until it's time for them to go into the beyond. Very well, follow me.
Can I harvest the souls now?
Eothas hums approvingly. Once again, dutiful. Yeah, of course.
Thank you for aiding my mission, Watcher. I just knew you'd help me if I followed you.
Man, I just hope that Shoti isn't like an evil witch that reveals herself at the end of the game and we're just feeding souls into the abyss. It could be a cool twist, though. Shoti glides her hands in a series of motions that resemble a martial art or an intricate dance. As she slides a circle around the area, she begins swinging her lantern faster and farther from her body until an ephemeral light flares from inside. The lure is answered, and several souls change course, drifting past the lantern's cage to disappear.
Thank you, Watcher.
You're welcome, dead lady. Okay, so... the place we want to go to right now... Oh, these guys are still here.
Echosi, but I must take stock of our supplies.
Okay, even this is voiced. Awesome.
We will remain here to see to our dead.
Okay. The place that still remains is this ancient training hall over here. Because I think we've cleared out the rest of the area. Yep. And this says, warning, extreme danger inside. By order of Oderisi, the training hall is off limits to exploration. Okay, and now, maybe one thing we could do... and I think I'm gonna do it since we're this close. I think we're just gonna go back to level up before doing this. Just to be a little bit tougher. Because these fights can be kind of annoying. And one of the things you have to keep in mind when going for those fights is that the enemies you find inside are completely immune to piercing damage. And the first few times I went in there, I was playing with this rogue to test it out. And, I mean, not this one, just a different test one. I had an arquebus and 2 pistols, and I just couldn't, I couldn't damage them at all. I was just standing there doing nothing. So yeah, I want to go to Port Mahe. Yes. I'm guessing we're gonna level up with this, because it's also a main quest. And now, I don't think that anything forces you to do this right now. Assuming you can come back to this island sometime in the future, which hopefully you can, you should be able to do that later. Because those enemies can be quite tough. Okay, so we are coming over here. Hello?
Yes? Something you need?
I have information for you about the digsite.
At last, Belfetto, tell me please, what has happened? How much have we lost? I must know.
And again, Belfetto means well done, which is very close to my own language, which is bem feito. I saw the same destruction Eothas wreaked on Caed Nua. Oderisi is dead along with most of your enemancers. Yeah, okay, so this one.
I see. And the work? Oderisi's notes? Was there nothing of his research?
Claudius's gaze searches you with almost feverish anticipation. So I guess you can lie and tell him that you found nothing. And that's, in a way, what he deserves, because he's not really interested in the safety of his people. But I guess I'm just gonna give him the notes. I found these.
You did? Gods be kind.
Claudio takes the bundled notes from you with barely restrained urgency. Within moments, he is flipping through the papers, his eyes sweeping back and forth across the pages.
Belfetto! Belfetto! We are saved!
Claudio lets out a relieved, almost giddy laugh, looking up with you with a toothy grin. A grin he hides soon after beneath a cough and a look of some regret.
That is, Oderisi's legacy is not wholly lost.
Uh-huh.
I like to believe the man would find that pleasing.
Sure. He folds the papers once again and sets his hands over them protectively.
You say this is all the work of the Titan, of Eothas, and you still insist on looking for him? He destroyed your ship, killed my people. Would it not make more sense to sail to the far side of the world and away from all this?
Is what we have here? Resolve. I'm already scared, you're not helping. And also something interesting, I have 7 resolve over here, but my character does not have 7 resolve. So I think this is coming from someone else, like for example, Eder. Kind of a weird answer based on resolve, but okay. I'm already scared, you're not helping.
It is a strange obligation you are under. I understand a little of that. Lucky for you. If I were a more sensible man, I would take this for fable and turn you away.
Okay, so we have another answer based on intellect. Eothas is using the other pillars as an energy source. If I can find more, I can find him. Okay.
Merla. He will ravage every outpost in the Deadfire. That adra is why we are here. Why everyone is here, in truth. The Valiant Trading Company, the Royal Deadfire Company, countless mercenaries.
This one also very close to my own language.
You'll want to go to Neketaka.
Neketaka.
Queen Onekaza II rules there, at the Kahanga Palace. Anyone seeking to do business in the Deadfire Archipelago must negotiate with her first.
I love this name, Neketaka.
The Queen knows every adra vein of worth in the Deadfire.
Okay.
I'm certain she can help you. That is, if she agrees to see you at all.
You promised to help me.
I have not forgotten. We will get you to Neketaka. And for that, you need your sheep.
Okay.
I'll arrange it with Ekawa. Between the two of us, I'm certain we can gather the workers we need. Head down to the beach once you are ready to depart.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help.
Buon piacco. It is only right, after all you have done for me. I won't keep you further. You have a long and very strange journey ahead.
Buon piacco means my pleasure. Okay.
Some advice. After you have had your audience with the Queen, seek out the Valian Trading Company. They make their headquarters in Nekataka, and the company always appreciates a good head.
Okay, so I'm guessing this is another quest giver in the city. Yeah, this is what I wanted. A level up. So I would probably prefer to leave the level up for the next episode, but since we are gonna have the fight, I'm actually just gonna pause the video here. I'm gonna check out the level ups and then I'm gonna come back with my decisions just so you don't have to, you know, wait for me to decide what I want to do. So I will be right back. And I am back. So, let's go over this. For Mr. Cordant over here, Mr. Tiny Mustache Man, I'm gonna continue giving him some points in mechanics for the usual reasoning. And in terms of my passive skills, I'm gonna keep going for streetwise. As for my skills, so this one is actually not very easy because there's a lot of good choices. And one of the good choices, well, I'm gonna go over the good choices. One of them is Protective Companion. This will make it so my animal companion can engage one more opponent, which isn't particularly relevant for right now, because I don't really want him to tank all that much, but this opens up the way to Stalker's Link, which is actually quite cool. And this one will give... let's read it. Long experience fighting together enables the ranger and animal companion to fight as a highly efficient team. The ranger's animal companion gains +1 engagement, that's from the Protective Companion, and the ranger now also gains an accuracy bonus when fighting any enemy threatened by the animal companion. So, passively gaining +10 accuracy just because we're shooting the same target that my animal companion is fighting, quite good. But not that effective for right now. The other option is naturally Gunner. So reload speed is faster for crossbows, arbalest and all firearms. Since right now I'm mostly just using the arbalest for the opening salvo and then I'm swapping to the warbow, not that necessary yet, but I will definitely want it later. And from the rogue, well, there's a lot of good choices here. I like Smoke Veil to make you invisible, which makes you be able to proc Assassin. I like Blinding Strike, because Blind is actually a very powerful effect. Gives people -5 perception, +50% recovery time, flanked, -10 accuracy, -50% range, so it's very good. But at the same time, I have a lot with Chill Fog, and he's gonna be taking care of that. And on the passives, we have Dirty Fighting, which makes it so 10% of my hits are converted to crits. And that's all. So I think given the choices and given the state of the game that we're at right now, just like before when I gave the reasoning for something like this, same thing for Dirty Fighting. I think just having more chances to proc crits is going to be more relevant right now than picking one of these other choices. So that's a choice for Mr. Tiny Mustache Man. That's his level 5 done. Looking at it there, I'm gonna keep giving him athletics. And over here, I'm not really sure what to go for, I'll be honest. I could go for Intimidate, but I don't really like intimidating people. So I'll just give him some more survival for now, and then I'll decide. As for the ability tree, Into the Fray is not bad. Pulling people away from, you know, one of your other characters is always nice. You have this one as well, Confident Aim. 30% of grazes are converted to hits with proficient weapons. Actually quite cool. One-handed style, we're gonna be using a shield. And then on the rogue side, same thing. This one I don't need. Blinding Strike, I think it will be useful, but only when I have some more accuracy with it there. And then over here we have Dirty Fighting as well. One-handed style, two-handed style. So the options were Dirty Fighting for some more damage. Oh, and there's also this one here. Determination. So plus 20 to all defenses against Intellect Affliction, Perception Affliction, and Constitution Affliction attacks. This is actually quite nice. But I think I'm gonna try and go for the Confident Aim to try and make sure that I can hit some more of my my attacks, like the knockdown and stuff like that. Let's go for this one. I'm not sure if it's a very good choice, but it seems reasonable for right now. That's his level up done. We're gonna go for Shoti. And for Shoti, I'm gonna give her some more Arcana, just for the casting spells from scrolls purpose. And in the passive skills, I'm gonna keep going for Religion, because she scales with this. And now, in terms of spells, we have access to level 3 spells, which I was actually not counting on, but cool. And there's a bunch of decent options here, I think. I like Combat Focus. You just gain concentration at the start of each combat, which, you know, makes it so you cannot get interrupted for free. We have Divine Mark, which is actually quite nice. It gives a fairly powerful burn effect, while also reducing the enemy's deflection by 25, and it targets will. We have Consecrated Ground, which is just an AoE heal for 20 seconds. It's not a massive heal, but it's a good constant source of healing. We have Dire Blessing, make everybody in the area aware, so plus 5 perception and 50% of grace is converted to hits. Quite nice. And then these I don't really like all that much. This one makes somebody smart for 1 minute. This one just deals lightning damage in an area, not really what I want. And Watchful Presence just heals people when they are near death. And we also gain Vile Thorns, which deals piercing damage and makes people sickened. But it's a cone effect. I don't really like cone effects in these games. You end up hitting more of your party than the enemy, so not that great. So, the things that I'm considering here is that Dire Blessing is a little bit redundant with Blessing. So, this one gives plus 5 perception for 20 seconds, and this one gives plus 5 perception for 30 seconds and that extra grace to hit. So, not really sure that I really need this. So I think I'm gonna be picking Consecrated Grounds and Divine Mark. I'm fully aware this is single target, but it might come in handy. Okay, so that's our choices there. Done. And finally, we're gonna go for Eothas. So Eothas is a little bit more difficult for a couple of reasons. So first of all, I haven't fully decided what to do here, or rather on the active skills, because on the passive skills I'm just gonna give him Insight. I want Insight and Metaphysics on this guy. And here there's something to consider, because I just noticed this. Alchemy affects the use of all drugs, poisons and antidotes. Now, I'm not particularly interested in giving him alchemy for the drugs or antidotes part, but something that I found interesting here in this Noxious Burst spell is that this is a poison. So what I'm thinking is that active skill might actually buff these poison spells. And that's, you know, that leaves me interested, to say the least. So I think I'm gonna be giving him Arcana and then also Alchemy, instead of my original thinking of using the explosives. So I'm gonna give him 1 point in Alchemy. As for the spells, once again we have access to level 3 spells, but now the confusing part here is that since you have some spells coming from grimoires, it gets a little bit complicated on what you want to choose, because my initial choice was going to be Deleterious Alacrity of Motion coupled with Calicott's Minor Blights, just like I had in PoE1, but since I have this in the grimoire, I mean, it kinda sounds like a waste, right? But then if I swap grimoires, I'm screwed because I don't have this. In any case, since I have it in the grimoire for right now, I'm gonna keep this one from the grimoire, and I'm gonna pick Alacrity of Motion. Let me just compare this to PoE1. So plus 5 dexterity, immune to engagement. Ah, that's nice. For 45 seconds, gives action speed, and you lose some health. Okay, 45 seconds. So I still like this one. We already have this from the Grimoire, which is a combo by itself. And now my thinking was something along the lines of arduous delay of motion, just making people slower seems cool. Also expose vulnerabilities. It will interrupt foes, it will decrease their armor rating and deflection for 20 seconds. Or the Noxious Burst for the, for the AoE corrode damage that's getting pumped up by the alchemy skill, and it will also leave people sickened. Now, I like this one, I kind of want to play around with it, but I think this one might be a little bit more useful, at least at the start, while we're only playing with basic weapons and stuff. And you know what, maybe even this one isn't particularly useful for right now. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do something that I might regret. I'm gonna take these two and see how they work. Okay, so we have this. And that's all of our level ups done. So level 5 is with us. We're gonna quick save. And we are gonna go head back to the dig site. Because like I said, I want to do that area of the arena. So let's leave this area. We can use fast mode. And I'm thinking, because it is going to be a difficult fight. So these three already have food buffs. Eothas does not. But if I want to give Eothas a food buff, that means that all of my other characters are going to lose theirs. And I don't appreciate that. So I think we're going to go as we are. I am probably also gonna spread some drugs around to buff us up further, and we're also gonna do some weapon swaps because, like I said, these enemies are immune to piercing. So we're gonna go over here, and these enemies in question, I kind of didn't want to spoil it if people are, if people are watching this for the first time or something. But the enemies are skeletons. And skeletons, I know that they are weak against crushing damage. So even though I have my warbow here, and I might just keep it, I'm gonna take out my arquebus, and I'm gonna put something different. Because I've had this scepter here for a while, and this scepter deals crushing damage as well as slashing damage. So it might seem a little bit weird that my rogue is gonna be wielding a scepter, but let's hope it's for the best. My other characters, I probably want it there to use the mace, because it also has more penetration. And he should be fine like this. Shoti, I think I want to keep her like this. Give her the scroll. You are fine like this as well. This deals piercing and slashing, so I want this one. Okay, perfect. And in terms of consumables, let's see. I have the Taruturuchu over here for Constitution, Might and Dexterity. He has the same thing, so good. I also want Eder to drink this, by the way. Wait, 45 seconds. 51 seconds. Plus 15% level. What do you mean? Is it because she has alchemy? I'm going to assume it's because she has alchemy, because they're the same level. And do you need any kind of drugs? Mouth char. No. 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 Moderate healing, cinder bombs. I don't think I need anything like this. And just so I make absolutely sure, you cannot consume food like this, right? Yeah, only when resting. Okay, fair enough. So we have our buffs here. Let's go in slowly and with a quick save. Okay, Immediately we're finding traps and very high level opponents here.
Look there. Leave it to me.
A skeleton warrior, a skeletal archer, a skeletal sorcerer as well. That's not very good. And if I want to fight, I would probably benefit from keeping my people somewhere over here and making them all come over here while they're tanks in this area. It seems like the best option. If I get an AoE spell in the face, I'm gonna be sad, however. Okay, this one is lower level here. Okay, if I could kill this sorcerer before anything else, that would be great. But I kind of doubt it. Okay, let's see. I want to consume this. And this. And not on you. And what is this? Ah, not on you either. Okay. So you guys have your drugs. Don't do this at home, friends. Yeah, don't do it. And I also want to drink this. I'm not sure if I should drink it right now, though, because it doesn't last too long. There's a lot of enemies. I don't like this. Okay, so you have this. Oh, and I also have this. This is new. Sympathy for the Lost. Upgraded from Phantoms of the Lost. Foe AoE. Distracted for 27.5 seconds. Very accurate. And it also heals my friends. Okay, cool. I like that. Okay, so let's see if I can do this properly here. And let's bring them in with there.
Looks like trouble.
Okay, intuitive and concentration. And we can see here they are immune to piercing. They are very strong against slashing. But they are a bit weaker against crushing, like we had just seen. So armor, okay, the sorcerer doesn't have a lot of armor. How much does this penetrate for? 8. Okay, so this covers the entire armor that they have. Okay, good. So let's pull back, make them come in. Okay, so drink this as well. Okay, they're all coming in. That's wonderful. I would love to be able to focus on the archer first because he's weaker than the rest. Okay, let's see what we can do. Mr. Piggy, let's try and flank. My rogue is gonna start shooting the archer. Shoti is going to give us all holy meditation for some nice defenses here. And Eothas is gonna buff himself with the minor blights. Yeah. Okay. Everybody has a purpose. You are gonna go for the wounding shot on that guy. I'm sad that the enemy mage still hasn't come in. Okay, I think he's coming in now. Okay, so Mr. Piggy. Okay, you're over here. Let's try and flank the... Nah, I cannot do it. Okay, so we have concentration. I want to go for a blessing, because then I want to start nuking with Eothas. But we're gonna have to be careful about this guy. And he has minor arcane reflection, so I cannot target him with spells, otherwise I'm gonna get screwed. Okay, let me just check. You drank your thing. Yes, you did. Good. So you have all of your nice buffs. Yes, you do. Good. Okay, okay. So for now, Eothas is simply shooting. Or I can also toss this out. Miasma, intellect, perception, and resolve goes down for a long time. That might be a good choice. But I want to wait for the blessing to make sure I hit. Okay, so this guy is coming very close to us, actually. That's kind of good. Fireball. Okay, the fireball is not good. So I'm gonna have to move out with Eothas. Okay. You are doing your thing. Mr. Piggy is gonna start tanking, which I don't like. Let me just make sure this hits Eothas, unless he dies to the fire damage. Can you drink this in time? I doubt it, right? +3 burn armor rating. Let's see if it works. Oof. Okay, this fireball was very highly damaging. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something different here. I actually want this. But they are vessels, so I'm guessing I can also hurt them. So move in over there. And let's heal. I think I want to swap targets to the sorcerer though, to make sure he goes down first. Okay, so you're healing. Okay, you're moving. Thank you. Okay, he's casting a miasma. At whom? On himself? That does not make sense. Okay, something weird is happening. Heal yourself. This is very strange to me. Who is he aiming? Ah, he's aiming at Shoti. Okay, so go over there. Go over there. We're just spreading out to see if we can avoid this. And I'm gonna go for the blessing. Okay, good. They're all taking damage. Wait. Why are they debuffed with Holy Radiance? Ah, I think this works differently from the first game. I think in the first game this was like a one-shot damage. Here it's actually a burn damage over time. Huh, that's not bad. And it also applies Shaken? Oh, baby, that's actually quite cool. Okay, so let's keep shooting the archer because he's kind of low right now. So let's just capitalize on that. You should be using Discipline Barrage and trying to knock this guy down, maybe. You are healing. Okay, so this guy just tossed the miasma. Alright. So now I can get back over here. They're all taking damage still. And honestly, I think this is a good time for me to use my Berath's Black Bell. It will heal everyone, interrupt all of my opponents, frighten them and damage them. Yeah, this is what I have this for. So let's use it. I don't want to just keep it in my bags forever and then it never gets used. Okay, and as soon as this blessing comes out, I'm gonna start pumping out some stuff with Mr. Eothas. He still has the Minor Blights for 20 seconds. Okay, so I want to blind, and then I want to slicken. Or actually, sorry, I'm gonna do this the other way. I want to slicken, then I want to blind and damage, and then... Sorry, other way around. I want to start with this to reduce their defenses. Then a Slicken. So I'm queuing up actions here. Then a Chill Fog. And then Combusting Wounds. And then we just nuke. My Minor Blights are gonna be over by then, but it is what it is. Ooh. Okay, so we frightened that guy with our bell. And I can even still keep using it if I need to. But I'm gonna wait until I need to heal as well, I think. Okay, so let's go back over there. And keep shooting the archer because he's low. You can keep trying to use your skills here. So go for a crippling strike. Okay, we are insightful. And I think I'm just gonna toss out a passive healing here. Oh, it's very low, this area. Or very short, I mean. Still, it works. Okay, so we killed the archer. Good. Start focusing on the sorcerer. He's low as well. The miasma went out. And it hit the sorcerer, it hit this guy, and not this guy. Okay, so all of these three are hit. This bitch is focusing my rogue. Not ideal. Okay, but now we should have our Slicken. Right, Eothas? Yes. Queuing up the actions is working. Okay, we're also healing. But I think I'm gonna need an extra heal on my rogue here before he falls down. This guy... He looks like he's swapping targets, doesn't it? So let's... wait. So I want the Slicken to hit him as well. So here should be good. And then the Chill Fog. And then this. Okay. I guess you can also use this to heal yourself and distract the opponents. Could be useful. Yep. No, that's not good. Okay, Shoti needs a tank. Okay, Shoti needs a tank, yeah. Still, we killed the sorcerer. Man, this is messing up my Slicken quite a bit. Because this also hits Mr. Piggy. Okay, let's just keep it as we have it. Okay, good. We're healed up. We're tanking. Everything is fine. Although they are trying to focus Shoti now, which I don't appreciate. Mr. Piggy is doing great. Who is my target? My target will be the weaker guy. So wounding shot. Slicken went out. That guy's dropped. Okay, Chill Fog, can I... Okay, this way I don't hit Piggy. Awesome.
A bump on a pickle. Feel pain.
We're getting healed by the consecrated ground. Awesome. Do I need anything else? I don't think I do. I could go for an interdiction. Yeah, it has very high chances of actually hitting them because they have the miasma. Yeah, let's capitalize on that. Ow, bitch. Okay. Crippling strike. Okay, good. Focus on this one. Okay. Now we have the combusting wounds. Yeah. And this should be... God damn it, where are you going? He's going for my rogue. Okay, back up here. No! Grab him! Oh no, he's... Oh god. I'm gonna try and move away with it with Eothas. He's probably gonna get hit. Yep. Okay, stay there.
No prisoners.
Everybody focus on this guy. This guy is actually on the ground, so I'm gonna stay where I am. Never mind. So hit him here. Go for a wounding strike. Okay, we're dealing decent damage with the rod. Okay, Shoti is fine. Go for a crippling strike. We're missing quite a lot now. But they're all low. Okay. I still have my Berat's Bell if I want it. So I'm still fine. Okay, perfect. One more down. Focus on this one. Mr. Piggy, keep on hitting. Nice. Okay, let's speed this up. Good. Go flank. Bitch. And the power of consumables and spells. Yes.
Didn't work.
Look at Mr. Piggy tanking. Mr. Piggy did an awesome job. And using these rods,
Well,
I think makes a lot of difference. It was actually the first time I used them, but I did like it.
of course.
Okay, so now what I'm thinking is the effect of the drugs should be wearing off soon. I'm kind of curious as to what happens then. Ooh, a fine hunting bow. And a fine leather armor. A grimoire. And a fine robe. Okay.
Yes, I'll take care of it.
We can also get some experience here with the traps. The statue bears elaborate detail from the buckles of the warrior's greaves to his curly locks. Okay.
I'll see it done.
Okay, 60 experience. Do I know? Oh, it only requires 2. Maybe I should stop pumping points into mechanics for now. What is this? Oh, accuracy. Gimme. Okay. And I think this just goes to the other side. And I'm also pretty sure that all of the enemies in the area came for us, so... Yeah, but Berat's black bell there was wonderful. Shoti's Holy Radiance was also very useful. And that positioning was not that bad, honestly. It was bad for the fireball, but we were able to spread around.
I'll see it done.
The training dummy has long since been frozen into immobility by age. Okay. Let's look at this. I want more accuracy. Naturally. Okay. Wait. Wait, why is my accuracy 48 with the warbow and 43 with... Huh? Oh, inaccurate. Okay. It also does less crit damage, but that's kind of to be expected because the damage is very high already. Yeah. Okay, so I have more accuracy with the bow. Alright. So, I also have this fine hunting bow. If I compare it... Oof, it does a lot more damage, Jesus Christ. Less penetration, attacks faster. It's accurate. I'm guessing it's because it's fine. No, it's not. It's just because it's accurate. Okay. Well, there you go. 57 accuracy. Okay. And then we have the fine leather armor, which could actually be good for me because I don't have a lot of HP, and even though I want to shoot as fast as possible, not dropping dead is also not bad. Okay, he has this. Yeah, you can have this, I guess. And what else do I have? Let me look. The fine robe plus 1 armor rating, so 4 armor rating and 0 recovery time. If I compare it with this... Okay, she can have it in case I feel safe not having the armor rating on her. And this one, what does it do? A chill fog with a spirit shield, so I lose Slicken. Merciless gaze with the miasma, also good. Noxious burst, we learned it. Crackling bolt. Yeah, I prefer mine. Mostly because of the Slicken, honestly. But it's good to have. Okay, so I think we are essentially done with this entire island for now. We've explored every single place there was. I'm just... Oh, drug crash. Okay, so what does this do? -5 deflection, -3 might, and -3 perception. And I think this lasts until you rest. Because you see here, there's no duration. Yeah, also drug crash on myself. It's less of a drug crash, apparently. Strange. And do these barrels have anything in them?
What is it? As you
Oh, they do! Okay.
Well. That's it.
Okay, just make sure you're not shooting gunpowder barrels this close. Okay. Is there anything else? I don't believe so. We've done that one. Okay. So, we're gonna head out from here. We're gonna go back to Port Mahe Arbor. We're gonna go to the inn for some rest, because I don't want to go around with a drug crash. And then I guess we'll be on our way to our ship. And basically, once we get on the ship, that will mark the point where I have never gone further ahead from there. This is the only area that I trained before starting to make the videos. From here on out, it will be uncharted territory. Okay, so we're gonna go to Port Mahe Arbor. And I think I'm gonna park my characters in front of the inn. And that's where I'm gonna stop the episode as well. Okay, so let's go. But Mr. Piggy did very well. Piggy's the best. Okay, so Kraken's Eye. We also gain a buff from resting here, but I think it's not a combat-based buff. Okay, so yeah, I am gonna stop this episode here. As always, thank you, my friends, for being here in the channel with me, watching some Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. I hope you guys are enjoying this journey. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. There's videos coming out every single day. And I hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, stay safe, everyone.